Yeah, guys, 2025 Miss Olympia has come to an end, and this is the classic Physique Top 5. Guys, the best in the world, the top 5 guys in the world right now. And I was right about, a one-time punch on Instagram that he is gonna be in that top 5, which he was my dark horse. I'm really glad that, he really punched his way up because that's his Instagram handle, one time punch. And then there's the second Olympia. He's punching all the way to the top. He's already in the mix. When you're in that top 5, you're in the mix to win it. So with that being said, we have top 4, which is the guy from Spain, Mazur. I think that's his name. Sorry if I didn't pronounce it right. For me, the guy is just conditioned. He's just the condition for me. Like, he's crazy. I think he's the most conditioned guy. But he's not the most balanced guy, but he's the most conditioned guy. I don't think anybody in that lineup of how many guys I condition me, nobody. Because this guy is peeled from the top to bottom, from bottom to however you want to say. He's speed in and out. But I just think, like, if he can put a little size on his legs a little bit, trust me, this guy can beat everybody and take that title because of his crazy condition. Whatever this guy is in it in Spain, we need some of that in the States. I'm just kidding. Whatever. So this is where my prediction went wrong because I predicted Terrence to win, Ramon second, right? So I was between Terrence and Ramo for me. I never thought from the beginning that Mike was gonna win. I know a lot of people was on Mike heels. When I mean his heels, everybody was on Mike. Bandwagon that he was gonna win. He was gonna win. He was gonna win. He was gonna win. I never see him as that. I think Mr. Olympia knew that if he won, it would be everybody. A lot of people gonna see it as a controversial win, no matter what. I think a lot of people also forget that Olympia is a business. You gotta understand that. And if you pay attention to Olympia for quite a long time now, you realize that the way the title is portioned out is different, right? Last year, Mr. Olympia was in UK. Miss Physique was in UK champ, right? This year, what happened? It changed hands, right? So, with that being said, it has been in Canada for a while now. Now, it went to Brazil. You know that Brazilian fans are crazy and, they really love bodybuilding. They're going to be happy tonight. So for Olympia to have that base, Brazil is over 300 million people. Imagine you have, let's say, 1 million buy pay-per-view just to watch because your boy won next year. Bro, that is a crazy amount of money, bro. I paid how much? Almost $90 for the pay-per-view for this show because I didn't go. I wanted to go, but I had something came up. I wasn't able to make it to Olympia this year just to, since I didn't qualify to compete, I wanted to go to just go watch, right? So for me, it boiled down to these two guys. And I think, don't get me wrong, Mike was good. Mike did everything possible he could to win the show. His condition was on point. He wasn't lacking on anything. I think it was just apple and oranges, and the judges just decided to go with Ramo. Like he said, Ramo has more fan base, which is Brazil's behind him. Mike is from Germany, but Germany Prince is Earth. So, like he said, I'm not saying that they give it to him just because of the popularity or where he's from, but all that also equate to it. Terrence, I don't think is not conditioned. I think these guys are just bigger than him when it comes to size. Terrence is not a tall guy, so it's just size and he's not conditioned. Terrence was on, and I think for me, like I said from the beginning of this show, I say it's between Terrence and more, right? So if Terrence would have won tonight, my prediction would have been accurate. And I really wanted him to win. At the same time, I just feel like Mike just need to go to open or to 12. Let these many guys dig it out. I think you don't need to stay in classic, trying to make weight and, that's the time he should just take his time, put on size, go to 212. And I guarantee you, if this guy go to 212, he will likely win 212 championship in the next couple of years for sure. Because after all, Keon is moving to the open anyway, so it's more like he's gonna be a vacant title. Just put on the size and go to 212. So for me, yeah, he won. I'm happy for him that he won because that is a joy to win. If you're a bodybuilder, you have ever won a bodybuilding show, is very, very emotional because, you just see, it's like you see everything you've been through, the diet, the training, everything just flash through your eyes. And it's a great feelings. And I'm so happy for him and his fans and his family that he won because it's not easy. Bodybuilding is a very subjective sport. Today you win, tomorrow you lose. That is the name of the game, So I'm really glad. And for those of you Brazilian guys, yeah, you guys have a reason to be happy. And please do not come at me and I talk good about you guy, but at the same time, I feel like it should have been between him and Terrence. With that being said, please guys don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe. And before we talk about the big boys, this video is a little bit lengthy because I just wanted to give you guys, show you guys everything that happened, especially for those of you that didn't have the pay-per-view. I don't like to, shortchange when I'm doing my video because I want you guys to have the experience and, the title, the celebration and stuff like that. Because, yeah, I think those are part of what we want to see at the end of the day, who won and how it was all done, right? So, he can speak English, but I think you should have somebody on stage to translate to Bob what he was saying. But I'm going to say what Bob said. Bob asked him to please beg the Brazilian fans to stop sending him dinosaurs and all of that. Brazilian fans and Middle East fans are super crazy. I think they're just a fan and they love bodybuilding, but sometimes they can be extremely disrespectful. You're cussing people out and stuff like that. But, your boy won. You guys have a reason to be celebrating right now. And, if for the past couple of years, nobody's really holding down Mr. Olympia title like the time of like the Heat and the rest of them that you win back to back to back. I don't think there's anybody that's gonna win 6 times on a row in classic physique no more after Bumstead because there's just the division is just getting better and better and better and better by the day. So I don't know if anybody's gonna be able to do that. So now let's move to the big boys. I said in my prediction video that this guy is gonna punch his way to top 10. Goodvito. Right now, Brazilian fans have a reason to be celebrating because their boy Ramo won and Goodvito shoot for top 10, right? And he landed in top 10. So now we're going to see the final comparison before the awards. I'm going to do a different separate video to show you guys more comparison. But for the purpose of this video, I don't want to keep it too long. And I want to be able to show you guys, the last comparison before the title was handed out, before we knew who won Mr. Olympia, right? So now, like I told you guys yesterday that Nick was going to drop out of top 5. I think Nick is looking at 6 and 7 right now because Martin Fitzwater already certified that top 5. So Nick is not in that top 5, not even top 4. He's probably looking at 6 or 7. That is where Nick is looking at right now. So if you look at the comparison, yeah, he's big. He's big, but you see, you can't even see the separation between his lats and his abdomen. He's just too big. And the bigger he get atop, the wider his midsection get for some reason. And his quads is not matching his body. We know that has been Nick kryptonite. And there's nothing he can do about it. So when you look at this comparison, it's crazy. Like I said, I don't know how these men in their 40s, Brandon and William is still holding up to this muscle. But guess what? They're professionals, right? So I'm not surprised to see this guy this condition. Martin Fitzwater is always conditioned. Nick's condition is just a structure for him, right? I had a lot of people saying, "Oh, Olympia tried to like discipline him. Discipline for what? He didn't say nothing. He was just going back and forth with his fellow competitor. He just make the show more exciting." So for me, that's another thing. Now we're gonna see the top 4, right? That was from 6th to last. So this is the top 4. Like I told you guys yesterday, the person that really surprised me was Andrew. Andrew can be Mr. Olympia if he just stay on this trajectory that he's on right now, like just getting better every time. When you look at Samson, right? Samson, I don't know what happened. I think Samson did a lot of travel. He traveled too much, and that cost him this year Mr. Olympia. He didn't really have the time to lock in like everyone else. He was doing a lot of guest posts and a lot of tour, a lot of that, which is supposed to do, because I think that is the thing that most Mr. Olympia never tour because they know what come with that. So I will always respect Samson until he win back Mr. Olympia. I know he still has some Mr. Olympia to win, but I will always respect him for what he did as an ambassador for the sport, right? He didn't just win and go sit at home and didn't do anything. So, yeah, when you look at the comparisons, yeah, these 3 guys were dialed in. Andrew, Derek, and Hadi was dialed in. And another thing that surprised me a little bit was the fact that this guy was able to push his body to bring good look like he did in Nano Classic this year. He really pushed his body in. When you listen to his speech, he said it was very, very difficult. Yeah, to stay on the Windows 3 title, that's a record, bro. He won Pittsburgh and won Nano Classic, right? I think that was a hell of work to do, right? And he's still on prep to do Mr. Olympia, and he brought this package. It is pretty awesome, right? So for me, when you look at this man, I think Samson just need to go back to the drawing board and be more conditioned. Like, look at the double, right? Look at the double. He's flat. For some reason, I think he's conditioned, but I think he sacrificed some of his pop to condition, because Samson strength is not peeled to the bone. His strength is his round, bubbly muscles. That's how he won last year. But he looks so, for some reason, he's not popping at all. This is, pose downs, they're just running around, posing, stuff like that. So for me, like I said, I think Samson just needs to go back to the drawing board and try as much as possible. Because to be honest with you, I will do another video for more comparison between them. It was hard to give Samson any shot. I love Samson. Samson's my guy, but it was hard for me to give him any shot. The person that was pushing those 2 guys, to be honest with you, was Andrew. I understand he's going to feel horrible tonight, but guess what? That's one thing about bodybuilding. Go back to the drawing board and come back with what the world know you for. Round, bubbly, and Samson. That's it. You can see it in his working, everything. He already knew it, that now things didn't go well. Right? So I think he did too much. Like I said, I don't want to keep repeating. He did too much this year before Olympia. Now, I think the stress is a little bit off of him, so he can just lock that in. Maybe he will do Anno Classic, because usually do Anno Classic. Maybe he can redeem himself in Anno Classic, make things a little bit different and hit the Anno Classic, win Anno Classic, and shut it down for the year, right? After on a classic is I think is $1 million now, $700,000. Win on a classic, shut it down for the year, and pray for 2025 Miss Olympia. Come back and win. That's it. That is all he can do. Right? That is all he can do because there's no way that condition is gonna win this year, Mr. Olympia. We don't know we don't know Samson to be that flat and lanky. No, we don't know him to be that. And maybe you should try a coach. You should try a male coach. I'm not saying his wife knows exactly what she's doing. Sometime in the bodybuilding career, we switch coaches every now and then. It's not that your coach don't know what they're doing. You just want to try something with someone else. All right. So I think his wife already done great. Help him win multiple shows, and maybe it's time for him to try a new coach. Or he can stay with his wife and just play the game they played before in 2024 that gave him the title. Right? For me, the title is between Hadi and Derek. Because these two guys are hard like a nail. Derek, he's not 100%, but it's enough to beat Samson. It's enough to beat Samson. So, guys, now let's go to the presentation. So let's see who wins, and let's see who plays lower, right? So, guys, sometimes it's not about the sport of bodybuilding is very, very interesting. You can have the best condition, you don't win, and you can have less condition, you win. It depends on what the judges are looking for. The great Dexter Jackson, the Blade, Mr. Olympia himself, 2020 2008. So, with that being said, folks, please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, because that's the only way the algorithm push the content. So let's see who the judges give the title of 2025, and let's see who goes up in placing, and let's see who goes down in placings. Okay. That is Martin Facewater. Top 5. I told you guys that Nick is not going to make top 5. Nick is looking at 6 and 7. That was top 5. That was a stock lineup. This dude is a dude that can win Mr. Olympia with time. Just give this guy 2-3 years in good trajectory. 4 years is going to be also Mr. Olympia because he kind of have that look. He might not have that big body, but he has the physique for it. 7-time Mr. Olympia, the great feat heals. So now we're expecting fourth place for 2025 Mr. Olympia. Who is that going to be? Folks? Samson. You see what I'm saying? From first to fourth. Samson I think, like I was saying earlier, he just needs to, slow down, travel, stuff like that. He did so much for the sport already, solidify his name in the history of bodybuilding as Mr. Olympia already. You don't have to qualify to come back. He can always compete whenever he wants. Just go to Arnold Classic, get your shit together. Excuse my language. Get your stuff together. Go to Olympia, Arnold Classic, win that, and go home. You come back 2025 and give these boys run for their money, right? So there you have it, fourth. I'm not surprised. I don't think he should have placed higher than that because I think that Derek, Hadi, and Andrew were way better than him in terms of condition and everything. So Friday they were better, Saturday they were better. So it is what it is. He has to go back to the drawing board. Him and his wife and put together a good package for whatever show he decides to do before Olympia, right? Like I said, he already qualified for life. There you go, Andrew third. There you go. He deserves it. He put in the work. Everybody keeps saying, Andrew, if you just come a little bit conditioned, and he listened. He put in the work, and he went up. Last year, he was what, 5th? That 2 spot up. So what does that say? If this man just keep getting better, like he said, this is a man that can win Mr. Olympia. He's a sleeping giant and he's waking up. He did the work. Congratulations to him. I'm so happy for him. And I told people, remember, he used to do Texas Pro to qualify for Olympia. He skipped it. You know, he did FIBO. He qualified in Germany early this year. So that gave him time to prep, to take his time and get ready for the show. And I think he should do FIBO or do Arnold Classic. Because he just beat Samson here. Who knows, he might beat Samson again in Arnold Classic. He might beat Hadi if Hadi do it. I don't think whosoever that win today, if it's Derek might not do it. Right? We already know. Just keeping guys on the suspense. Yeah, like, as if you don't know. Right? So Derek is not going to do it. Because he just did that with 3 shows in a row, so he's going to shut it down. He's not going to do Arnold Classic. So now you might have 3 guys. I think everyone, I think Samson's definitely going to do it. Right? So Hadi might do it. So he's just going to go over there. He can beat those guys and win. And once he win, he qualify for Olympia. Anyway, so for 2025. For 2026, then he can just go home and chill. And take his time to prep. Who knows, he might come back 2026 and beat everybody and become Mr. Olympia. I'm so happy for this man that he went, his places went out because he put in the work. You can see it. You can say whatever you want. He did the work. That's one thing about bodybuilding. Once you have the body for it, you have the structure and the coach, the judges and telling you this is what to do, just do it. Trust me, you might have the right judges in front of you that day and they will reward it. There you go, your 2025 Mr. Olympia. He just make history. He's the second Mr. Olympia champ to lose his title and come back and win it, just like Jay Cutler. The first one that did it was Jay Cutler. He won 3 shows in a row. He won Arnold, won Pittsburgh, and he just won Mr. Olympia. So that is a good record to have. And don't forget, this man is also 212 champ. So Derek has done it all in the sport of bodybuilding. If this man decides to retire tomorrow, he's a legend in the sport. He's already cemented his legacy. He's 2-time Olympia champ. Won all the prestigious titles in the sport of bodybuilding. So you can hit on him, you can do whatever you want, but guess what? He is the 2025 Mr. Olympia. Congratulations to Derek and his family, his team, his everybody. He put in the work, he did the job, and he won. Congratulations to him once again. Like, he proved me wrong. I never thought he could do it because, some people body won't respond after back-to-back big shows like that. He pulled it off. Sometimes when people doubt you, use that as a gas, use that as a fear and, prove them wrong and let them know just because you say that doesn't mean I can do it. Congratulations to Derek for winning 2025 Mr. Olympia. And for Hadi, I don't know. Hadi really looked good, but, like I said, the judges just went with who they felt was the right guy to win and deserves to win. See you guys in the next one.